Yo, what up, YouTube? Is Ra. And let me holler at you real quick. Remember, my friend, they can't compete where they don't compare. The same people that's trying to talk slick about you, the same people that cast judgment on you, the same people that's trying to sideline you are going to be the same people on the sidelines watching you cross the finish line. So understand, my friend, ascend so high they can't even reach you. The people that are talking down to you now aren't even going to be allowed in where you're going. They're not going to be allowed in the spaces. They're not going to be allowed to compete for the things that you're going to even be competing for. So don't give in. Don't allow their negativity to shift how you feel about yourself, to influence how you feel about yourself and your dreams and your goals. Because when you ascend, even if you come back down, they still going to be there right where they was at, talking slick about you or talking slick about the next man, the next person. But you still gonna be achieving, you still gonna be thriving, you still gonna be striving to bigger and better things because you don't allow yourself to be boxed in. You think outside the box. So understand that where you're at right now, you down in the trenches right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. You taking what you've been dealt, but you making something out of it and trying to ascend. So you can't allow yourself to be influenced by what they're saying about you. They don't know no better because they don't want to do no better. So you can't allow yourself to think, oh, maybe they're right. They don't know any more than you. They don't, because they're not trying to gather new information. They're not trying to gather their bearings and be something else. They okay and comfortable with being less than a mediocre, but you not. You know where you at, you know where you stand, and you know you want to stand elsewhere. So understand that. Keep striving for what you want to strive with. Ascend so high that they can't even reach you. They're not even going to see where you're going. They're not going to be able to compete. They're not going to be able to see it. They mind can't even comprehend it to even think of it. And that's the difference. They mind can't even comprehend where you're going because they won't allow themselves to dream big, but you are. So you allow with the naysayers to influence how you feel about yourself. They don't even know how they feel about themselves because they can't go within. They not in tune with themselves. You can't talk to somebody or allow someone to negatively influence you in a negative way that's not even in tune with themselves. They don't even know themselves, but they're trying to cast judgment on you. They can't, they're not comfortable with themselves, so they don't want you to be comfortable with yourself. So remember, you ascended somewhere greater. You think the fact that you even putting in an atmosphere that you want something greater is putting you in a position to receive something greater. So you can't allow yourself to get knocked down. You can't get knocked down with someone who isn't in tune with themselves, isn't in tune emotionally, isn't in tune spiritually, isn't in tune intellectually. You can't allow yourself to be knocked down by somebody like that, and you won't unless you let them, which you're not going to do. So remember, my friend, the buildings that you walking into, they can't even get into. You know, where you going in, there's valet parking where you going. You know, there's VIP sections where you going. You know, your name's on the list. You know, they're going to check, like, you on the list, and they're going to let you in because you on the list because you wanted them. You wanted them. And rightfully so. So understand that what you going through right now will just be history. It'll just be a thing of the past. It'll just be another long list of things you had to go through to get to where you need to be at. So understand, my friend, ascend so high they can't even reach you. And like I said, they'll do it to the next man. They'll have to live with that regret. They'll have to live with that shame of thinking, man, I shouldn't have acted that way. I shouldn't have did that. But that's not your burden to bear. They got to live with not betting on themselves. You don't. They got to live with the fact that they didn't try to achieve something greater. You don't. When it's all said and done, you will be happy with yourself. You will feel better about yourself because you bet on you and you won. But hey, it's Ra. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you, family. We growing, family. Woo woo. And you got this, homie. It's already yours.